talk about being real and honesty. So obviously after yesterday's video, I got a lot of messages from you guys. First of all, thank you for the support. It's great, it means a lot. If you see them, you can block this idiot. But a lot of you mentioned that I mustn't let this guy get me down and make me not positive. Like, let me just unequivocally say there is zero chance of that. None. This pathetic excuse of a human, this waste of oxygen, right? There is no chance it gets to me. I'm worried about what it does to people. But, and this is a fun thing, I've been chatting to quite a few people who've been in touch with him and who they're getting him to a point where he's making a lot of mistakes. And the one line here, he's admitted to 3 people now when they call him out because they got hold of me and stuff like this. They call him out, and one line here, just, I love this. Yes, I'm a liar and I lie far better than the devil. This is what this pathetic fuck is telling people. Now, look, the wheel's going to turn. Eventually shit's going to come down, whether you like it or not. I'm sure you're watching this, you piece of shit. But at some stage, something's going to give. It has to. That's the way the world works. Karma's a bitch, remember. But for someone to say, I am the liar and I lie better than the devil. Now, he's got various versions of that he's told people. Funny enough, he mentioned to this one lady, two actually now recently, that he needs the money that he's getting from him for his dead father. His father also died, from what I can remember, late in 2020 and somewhere in 2021, based on the stories. But, fuck him. Different story. I'm over it. But what I got thinking about is how difficult it must be to live the lie. How difficult it must be to not be real and be you and just be honest. Because that's the easiest thing, right? Is to just be you. Now, that conversation for me can go different places. Because online, and I've spoken about this many times in the past, this whole influencer thing where they are not real. And the example I've used as well is you get these influencer types, which they obviously they've been paid by a lodge to go to a safari and show how amazing it is, and then on the last day they'll stand on the airstrip, this dirty, hot, dusty airstrip in Africa, waiting for their 2:30 flight from Nairobi or from the Mara to Nairobi, and then they're in this beautiful white flowing dress and this hat, and then they spin, and it's just like nice material flowing. It doesn't work that way. It's fake bullshit, because when you're on there at the end of your trip, at the airstrip, you are sweating like a farm animal and you just want to get out of the dust and onto the plane, and it's hot and your bag is heavy. It's fake, right? But, and it is what it is, I just think there are very few people online who present themselves 100% authentically, even in this industry, the coaching industry, in travel industry, in the photography, all these guys who it's more about what they look like and what they wear and how they can influence people to buy the shit they're trying to peddle than just being real. I often, and I know some of these people, if you sit across a table from someone, right, it's not you. What you're showing me online is not you, but you're using that version of yourself to sell shit or to get a free fucking pair of socks or whatever it is. But when I come to your house and we have coffee, just us, no cameras, no social, it's not you. It doesn't work that way. But we've lost ourselves in all of this. Now I'm wondering, right, if we pull this back into the real world, I'm wondering, you watching this now, and be honest with yourself, are you and can you be 100% real and honest with the people around you and the people closest to you? Sometimes it's hard. Because the most difficult conversations in life are the ones with the people closest to you. And they might not agree with something that you say or that you do, whatever. And sometimes, and you guys are more than welcome to email me or send me your thoughts on this, being open and real and honest and vulnerable, even with people close to you and even in a safe space, sometimes is very hard. Because there's still an element of vulnerability, and even with people close to us, it can be hard. And I know this because I've been on both sides of this coin. But the upside of being able to be real and to be you and to be honest in your most vulnerable position, that's real power. That's real happiness, maybe. And it's a hard thing, because if you think to yourself, at work, I'm looking at my Wild Eye staff. They're sitting over here now. I can see some of them working. They should be working hard. No, I'm joking. They're really good. To open up to them and be real. They know what they get in me, right? But when I have to go deeper and more, and I have to go quite deep, it's very difficult to then be real because we put defenses up. So are you capable of doing that? Because it's very hard. And someone like this piece of waste of oxygen thief, piece of crap, fucking this thing that's doing this to all these women, he's lost himself so far. I don't even think he has a significant other, because if you treat people like that, anyway, I don't even feel sorry for the piece of shit. But the real and honest thing for him has sailed, right? For most of us, it's there. Most people don't like, or they've got this deep little thing about being real and honest online, and that's why they don't post it. That's why they don't post their close to home things, and that's fine. But when you are home with those people, the people closest to you, can you be real and honest? With your closest friend, can you be really real and honest? That's the interesting thing. I think it's very skewed. Now, over Christmas and New Year, I binge watched, what's it called? Schitt's Creek. So many people told me, gotta watch this. First 2-3 episodes, I'm like, oh, this is a bit cringy sometimes, what is this? Fell in love with it. It was amazing, right? And the characters in there are just so real that those cringe moments where sometimes you think, oh my shit, Moira did not just say or do that. Or David and his awkwardness in real life situations, you can relate to it somehow and you think, fuck, thank God that wasn't me. That's the real and honest I'm talking about. Now for me, one of the highlight of that entire episode, of the entire series is, what was it? Season 4, episode 6, I think it was. Simply the Best, where Rose's Apothecary, David's store in Schitt's Creek, they host an open mic driven by Patrick, who's now David's boyfriend at the time, or kind of just early in the relationship. And David he's the most awkward guy, but just such a good character. And in this episode, Patrick, as part of the open mic, sings Simply the Best to David. The real, and this is the thing, the realness in that scene, of David, who's got this awkward social anxiety, and people looking at him while his boyfriend is serenading him at this open mic, it is so fucking real and beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Moira in the background, his mom, and she's this all over the place thing, and if you watch the show. But the way that she's drawn in, you can see how she's also emotional, real, in the moment. And then to close the episode off, as a way of giving an olive branch, because David fucked up, and for him to kind of apologize to Patrick, he then puts on Simply the Best, the Tina Turner version, and lip syncs dances for David on this. It is a magnificent scene, and it is so fucking real because it makes us uncomfortable. And there's two things in that scene where for example, where as David is singing to, or lip syncing to Patrick, Patrick says, you know they can see you, right? For the people outside the shop. It is so real because he understands what it takes for David to have the balls to sing and to do what he's doing. And at the end, where Patrick just throws his hands up and I was like, yeah. Beautiful realness and honesty, and that's what I'm talking about. That kind of honesty and realness makes us nervous. Even me. It makes us nervous. It's very scary because you're vulnerable. And I'm wondering how many people, and I'm not saying you go sing to me or sing to your partner or sing to your work people, but just the idea of that, of going so far out of your comfort zone to be so real and honest with people around you. Damn, man, that's special. I love this series, but that episode with those two interactions, phenomenal. Because, and Dan, I think it's Dan Levy, who plays the David character, he nailed that. The awkwardness, the weird they're looking at me, but he's got his emotions coming up, and then later he does. It's phenomenal. And I'm wondering, in real life, how real and how honest are you being with the people around you, the close people around you, and with yourself? That's a thought, just a thought. Anyway, I'm going to get going. It's lunchtime. I'm going to eat something, get these videos out, and I will chat to you guys soon. If you want to answer my question, is can you be and have you been that real and that honest with people closest to you? Let me know. Happy to have that conversation. I think it's a good one to have. A little bit of an awareness, self-awareness thing. Okay, I'm going to go. Have a good one. Bye, guys.